My name's Elaine, and I'm the president of LEAF, and I've been here for over 10 years as a volunteer.
My name's Catherine. I am the grants and program manager here at LEAF, and I've been here a little bit over a year.
Oh, it's been that long?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
A year ago, March.
Nice.
So,
how did you guys get started here at LEAF?
I was worked in high tech for quite a long time, and I got laid off, and I was trying to decide what my next career was going to be. So I went back to school. I knew it was outside, and I didn't want to be behind a computer, so I went back to school in landscape horticulture and environmental green building. And then I wanted to use the skills that I had learned in tech for nonprofits and for smaller businesses. So I just started doing like a lot of little internships everywhere, and then I just happened to I literally stumbled upon LEAF, and I never left. So I've been here ever since.
moved to Fremont in 2022.
Ooh,
I was,
welcome.
I was also in the midst of a career transition and figuring out what I wanted to do next. I'm a geologist. I wanted to kind of expand and go into new fields. So I started volunteering at LEAF and found a community that I really loved. I loved being able to be outside, sort of mixed my geology love and my love of gardening. And then just learning about the practices LEAF does to, sequester carbon, grow food in an environmentally friendly way, and then all the food that we grow gets donated to local food banks. So really creating an equitable food system here, and it's just had me hooked ever since.
Could you describe a typical day in the life at LEAF or something? What do you do?
So what do I do? I actually now spend about 50% of my time behind a computer now, which is surprising but not, I guess. There's a lot of emails, but actually the good thing about being behind a computer is people want to know more about growing and want partnerships and everything, and so that's where we got a lot of contacts with different people. We're really trying to reach out to the community and see who we can touch. And we're constantly seeking new partners. So that to me is really the fun part, and so that's the important part of being behind a computer. So my days usually on Monday and Thursday, I come here and I'm kind of seeing what the garden needs and where we need to go and what priorities there are, because everything changes every day. I don't think there's a single day that's the same ever here. We don't run that way. It's whatever is really important to do, and that's what we do work on. And that's fun, though, in a way.
Yeah, for me, starting out, it was a lot of shadowing the core volunteers here, learning as much as I could from them about what they were doing and why they were doing it. And then as I got more involved, I started writing grants for LEAF. So once again, became a lot of sitting behind a computer, but still trying to be in the garden as much as possible. But trying to connect with other foundations and other businesses that, whose mission aligns with ours, and getting funding to sustain our operation. Yeah.
What has been the most rewarding experience, thing about LEAF?
You make a lot of connections with a lot of people, and it's amazing when you're in a community of like-minded people. Everybody just gets excited about the most nerd things. Like we get really excited about soil and compost. And then we can talk about it, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's really cool. What are you doing?" That's really fun to connect that way. But also this other side is that we feel really productive, and we went to a meeting just last week. It's called BACS. It's an organization that helps people that are homeless or they have other issues that need to be helped, and we found that we could really help them. If it was just amazing how connecting with another organization, we potentially could help another huge community. So all that stuff makes you really excited about, oh, this is really cool. This is what we're all about, is helping others. So that's what keeps me going in this place.
And to add on to that, so many of those partnerships, it's it's helpful in both directions, right? Like they're helping us out, we're helping them out, and it's beneficial to everyone. It's just like a really amazing type of partnership to build, and that like Leaf is connected with so many of those is pretty incredible. But to answer that question for myself as well, I love seeing new people come into the garden and like experience it for the first time, and start learning about it and like see everything click, that like we're in an active ecosystem, we're doing all these, like we're doing this with so much purpose, and there is so much activity and life in this garden. Yeah, it's really fun to just see people like really, really dive into that and understand it.
Especially kids.
Yeah.
We love having kids here. So we have this group called Students for Leaf, and actually Catherine's going to be running it this summer. And it's middle high school kids, and come in and work with us. And we teach them science without saying that it's science. So we teach them all this really cool stuff about, really basic components about ecosystems, about microorganisms, why it's more important to make sure everything below the soil is actually healthy, more so than above the soil, right? All these little things that you don't think about when a plant grows. All this stuff is just, it makes you want to be here, because you're constantly learning. We always are learning things. Like today I learned from Lance about this whole different way of composting. I never heard of that before. Yeah. That was pretty cool. So yeah. And people are really open about exchanging information and wanting to do that. I mean, it's really fun.
Yeah, that is an amazing thing. No? Like everyone is really willing to share what they know and what they have. Like so much of this garden is from people's generosity, right? I have this, I'm not using it. Can you use it in the garden? Yes, of course we can.
But even skills. So like one day I was I was like, I got to go home and I got to design this annual report, and I didn't know how to design. I'm not a designer, right? And then one of the gardeners says, "That's what I do." And I go, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, I know how to do that. I'll do it for you." I'm like, "Oh, yay!" And the depth of talent of people here is just amazing too. It's just simply amazing. We have people do all different things. So, like Nate came in as a gardener, and he is a professional photographer. So now he takes all of our pictures.
Oh my gosh!
And all our videos. Yeah. So you don't know. I think that's the other thing about gardening. It's coming from all different walks of life. So we get to experience all that.
What challenges have you encountered? I don't know.
Had a big one this year.
We actually, so just in gardening in general, there's always things that happen. So this is one thing you learn, is that you can really overcome everything. You can figure everything out if you just have the focus and the drive to go forward. So the biggest challenge we had so far is that our main garden, which is that one over there, the land sold, and so we had to move. So we had to move this whole garden from that area to here. And we did it early, and it was great teamwork, and we got it done. So yeah, at first when we heard, oh my gosh, we put 10 years into that land and it's going to be difficult, you just got to keep focus on what our goal is, and our goal was just to continue to go forward, and we did it. So, and these things just happen. And life, to me, a garden is like a little life, it's a life, and just like individuals or a whole garden, you just keep on going forward, and then it'll just be productive again. And that's all good.
And with the move, like, Elaine was amazingly positive throughout the whole thing, and I think that really helped with the team feeling optimistic and positive about moving our gardens too, and just the way everyone came together. It was like, okay, we have to move a container that's full of tools. We can figure this out. It's a little muddy out, but I guess we're doing it now. Or problem solving, like how do we move our kitchen shade structure with this tractor, and how many people do we need? It was just incredible to see everyone come together and just get it done. Yeah.
Everybody has pretty much get it done attitude, and I think that's really helpful. I mean, Catherine, I just go, hey, would you want to think about doing the Students for Leaf program? Sure. She's never done it before, but everybody kind of has that attitude. Let's try something new, and it's fun.
Wow.
I mean, because nothing, you know, if you don't try, you don't know, right? So you might as well try it.
Wow.
So everyone pretty much has that attitude.
Yeah.